Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Xuan Yuan 7, which may or may not include the word sword, on the Mysterious JG. And last time, I should have looked this up before I started. Somebody in the comments, they recognized that I was running short of resources we needed for like the last bit o stuff, and hold on, what have I done here? I am trying to look through my old comments without making a mistake. Yeah, Amoknen was saying I should be able to scroll over villages on the map and find what I need next. But like the very next thing I did after I signed off my last video was just kind of quick glance, like, search for, hey, where do you find, and typed in whatever material I was looking for. Yeah, it's all like, if I had just walked forward a little bit from the save point, I think there's like a shop where we can buy everything that we're looking for. So, and then, oh, Mosey. I was about to start reading about the Avern Kingdom, which I think isn't that like King Jidpeng whatever's, there was the Piscine Kingdom versus the Avern Kingdom, and it was the Kingdom of Fish versus the Kingdom of Birds, and these weird folk tales he's telling too, or possibly literal stories that he engaged in. Talking about birds versus fish, the ultimate showdown. Anyway, so on the world map, oh, never mind, we're back where, no, we're not. I went to find the lady in green's house, and I warped up there. But if I were to come back, well, I see now we've got these free DLC areas that I have to consider, and like, what is the time that I would do something about them? But apparently, if I were to warp back here, see, this is the somebody was saying, oh yeah, the specialties of the shops are available on the map, but I do not know if that is the case. Activate tips. Oh, well, then we got item drops for Yellow River Aurora. That actually is a handy thing to know. Can I jump characters? Jump to character pin. Okay, no, you're right. I can see this here. So there's item drops and specialties in the villages. And where I am heading is here. Silk steel, camphor, wood, Jedi. Imbued phalanxes, warriors, crossbows, clockwork, and clockwork part. Okay. So, yeah, I think there's a place coming up there where I can get the item we need. Let's check the journal and see what's going on in the journal. 100-Year War. The Avern Kingdom had a rival neighboring nation, the Pisces Kingdom, ruled by King Helluo. You can see Angry Bird, Angry Fish is the unsuccessful follow-up to Angry Birds. A war between the fishes and the deep blue sea. A war between the fishes and the birds raged for hundreds of years before a truce was signed, and eventually... JG hit the wrong thing. And eventually the flames of hatred died out. King Jipang must have had a silver tongue to convince King Hello and the fishes to put down their weapons and make peace with the Avern Kingdom. Do we have more information on... Yeah, we got more information to learn about King Jipang. He changed completely when he met Madam. He became completely silent and obedient. You see, he really loved her to the point that he would even sacrifice himself for her. I don't know why Madam insisted we take Jiping with us. Maybe she has a plan of her own. Yeah, the second the king revealed himself, I saw the reason for his boisterous personality. One can hardly blame a parrot for not keeping their mouths shut. His wings were clockwork. I wonder if Madam built him. There's no telling how much of what he told us was true. Yeah, I'm interested. Well, apparently we know all we're going to learn about the Lady in Green, except that, Yeah, she's got a different, now we know that she's saying Wenjin. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Well, I do know what I was expecting. A lot of different things which didn't come to pass. It's entirely possible that, like, there are aspects of who Sang Wenjin is that they would have been callbacks or would have made sense in, like, the broader Xuan Yuan mythology if I knew it, but I don't. So I was like, oh, it's going to turn out to be, like, their mother or Hong's mother or, you know, somebody of significance. It's like, no, it's just some weird lady wearing green that shows up and we don't know who the hell she is. But, was she talking about herself being trapped between life and death? I mean, she's clearly a good guy, and I wasn't, like, knowing that King Jiping, like, worshipped her, I wasn't thinking it was going to turn out she was evil, because King Jiping's character could go in a couple directions, but he's been around as our buddy, and he's way too much of a comic relief figure for them to have this sudden shift where it turns out, oh, he was really working against us all along. But, yeah, we're very close to the end of this game. And I will say again, like, sometimes I'm not sure that playing a game as a Let's Play the first time you play it is a great idea. Because certain things about the game hit you differently. If you're hanging around talking and trying to be goofy and entertaining or whatever. But there's been no point, or there's been a few points where I really felt the story was rising to something. But mostly it's while doing the side quests that involved, God, what their names? Yeah, Liu Zhui and Liu Yan and Liu Xuan. Like, the side quests of these guys felt like they were building to something. The main story hasn't, and maybe there's a language barrier that's stopping the human drama from getting through, but it's like, yeah, I've kind of, like, we know there's something going on with Taishi Jiang and whether she can be salvaged or will exist as a spirit or whatever, but, like, the idea that the main story is building and that we're really supposed to get, I guess now we know, where is he? Yeah, Mo Huang, like, literally is the guy who killed our parents. But somehow that just doesn't feel real to me. It's like, it feels like something they just threw in as a detail at the last minute. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't seem like he's old enough. He was the Legion officer who murdered Taishi Jiang and Taishi Zhao's mother. So there should be a personal connection with wanting to kill him. Also, Ko Yan, like, did we miss something with him? Because he was in the game early. He seemed to be kind of nice. I don't know. He seemed like he was kind of on our side, maybe not knowing who we were, and no reason to believe he would have sided with us if he did, but it's weird to me that we haven't picked up any more detail on this guy. Anyway. Let's get on with the story, because it's almost over, and at some point I have to figure out, are we going to do these DLCs or not? I certainly don't think I should mess it. They came out after the main game was done, so I don't think you should do them before you've done the main game. Because I don't think they connect to the story. They might give us, like, super cool items, but I think they're more like, hey, can you beat this? It's Pisces Kingdom, Fish Zone, basically. It's tough to imagine birds really being in a lot of trouble in a war against fish. I mean, I guess there are fish that eat small birds, but, like, it's a lot more common for birds to eat fish, and it doesn't seem like either party could lead an extended offensive operation against the other's headquarters, if you know what I'm saying. Alright. So they're bringing us back into this. I guess we just, that's where we came from. We follow this path, and we're supposed to come across something where, we haven't fought in... haven't played in a week, so I've forgotten what all the controls are for a minute, but, we should be... Keeping our eyes peeled for a possible shop or something. I was told there might be a shop. This looks more like a camp. Oh, never mind. These guys are not hostile. This is a little... This is where villagers are hanging out. Can I put my wabbit away? Glad I was not able to waste a potion because I forgot what buttons do. Yeah, these are just peasant militia? The good guy army had, we helped them take over Kunyang. And that is a historical battle that actually happened, the Battle of Kunyang. It was part of, like, the kind of the end of Wang Mang, when his forces were defeated by rebels. So I guess I should be... Why are you being so stubborn? Unbelievable. We're in the midst of a war. How do we know you're not a spy? Well, you don't, because our dialogue ended there. You never know when JG is going to stop and read the dialogue, but it's not often, so we don't put a lot of effort into it. See, there, for example, he just ignored those guys. They were clearly having dialogue. Now, if Bobo was here, and we had control, like, we could talk to people and initiate non-voice acted dialogue rather than it going off around us whether we were reading it or not. The best part of the series would be us alternating the goofy voices. I'm thinking, of course, like Dynasty Warriors 8. Sadly, incomplete series because a long series where a lot of life-altering things happened, and we never finished doing all of the stuff. But talk about a great series for just doing goofy-ass voices. So there doesn't seem to be anything going on here where I have a shop, but I can see how there would be one before whatever happens to round up the story. Because this is the end of the map. North of Kunyang. Oh, never mind, so we're not in Kunyang. This is North Kunyang. We have a save point, which I could have used last time, but I backtracked to save instead, because I'm a coward. Geography, Kunyang.
And there I was, thinking Yushui was a big city. It was only when I arrived in Kunyang that I realized... I thought we'd seen Kunyang before.
Oh, we've added a second entrance.
When we returned to Kunyang, we found the city tense and strained. I hadn't expected this when we left Timbersong. The Lulan army was besieged, trapped in the city. A few of the soldiers were anxious, but many stood with resolve, awaiting General Wenshu's command. Faced with war, thousands of troops were sneaking into an enemy camp. I have no doubts that the three of us together will prevail. I have much to achieve once I have recovered. I can't be discouraged now.
Good for you, Taishi Zhang. Was he saying something about burning his body properly if he dies in battle? It's a bit, And the other guy was, like, waving a finger around like, oh, oop, oop. If I die, burn my body properly. No, it says people get through this together. And then he started doing this weird finger wag. There's King Jiping. Coming in for a landing. Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah, he's like pointing to himself and then pointing to the other guy. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to achieve victory in this battle, dude. And if I don't, we'll both burn at the same time, big man. Alright, well, I guess might as well throw it on a save. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game, but I keep saying the same thing over and over. I was too caught up in, I know the game is supposed to be fairly short, and now we've hit all the warp zones, so that's a way to kind of tell you're closing in on the end of the game. It doesn't feel like the game's about to end. Like, we haven't built up a big... You must make your way to the center of the Fortress of Evil and defeat, like, the main villain we have to fight just doesn't feel like that big of a guy. Like, the language barrier might be part of it, or we just haven't seen that. We haven't seen story events for, like, there's been no scene where Taishi Zhao is, like, sworn to get revenge and had the guy laugh at him evilly. Like, I don't know that this dude knows that we're the, there's no scene like, by the way, Jack, I'm the one who killed your parents. Like, I don't know if this guy knows that we're the guy whose parents he killed. Is it going to be like an M. Bison? For me, that was the most important day of your life, but for you, that was the most important day of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday. Or, you could build it up in a cool way, like, the Scarlet Witch tells Thanos, you took everything from me, and Thanos says, I don't even know who you are. Like, no, it's just, we haven't gotten around to having a conversation with this guy about it. And Taishi Zhao, he's not like a bad, he seems like a decent enough guy, but he's not a particularly exciting protagonist. Like, Chu Hong, similarly a bit muted. Taishi Jiang is probably the biggest moral foothold in this game. The innocent little girl going through all this shit. Taishi Zhao, the problem with Zhao is that we see a lot of him doing the things he does and talking the way he does. Partly teasing and other times just kind of trying to prevent Taishi Jiang from being nervous. Like, we don't have that much of an idea of how would he be behaving if he wasn't constantly looking out for his sister. He just doesn't have a whole very strong character, it feels like to me. It's like realistic, but not particularly compelling. So we're looking for General Wen Shu, but I'm just trying to explore the town and see as much as I can before we get drawn into that, because I keep thinking there's supposed to be a shop here where we can get the highest end purchasable also. I guess I'm not sad to see it gone. It was fun diversion, but it's weird that chess mini game wrapped up with as much game left as there is. Okay, so this is neat. So geographically the world kind of connects at this point. We just add blocked path here. Everyone else pulled their weight. You should do the same. He's talking to the red hairs here. Amongst men, that guy. Amongst horses, his various red hairs. This guy's standing. I don't know why he seems like he's a merchant, because he's standing there. No entry without permission, he says, while standing in front of a solid wall. Good job, man. Don't let anyone break into that wall. Yeah, like that. We could have gotten to the end game area, and this is where, like, speedrunners someday will find a way to glitch through this wall and skip like 1/3 of the game. But that is not something that we have the power to do. So let's go talk to General Wen Shu. Kind of wondering which one he is. I keep going to character when I need to go to journal and then characters. This is General Bosheng, General Wen Shu. Okay. General Bosheng, I think, got his ass killed by being connected to a plan against General Shenggong, who was an asshole. So this is brother. General Wen Shu is the one who will eventually become the emperor. Spoilers. I don't know if the game will go into it or not. I was reading about it on Wikipedia. All three of those characters are based on historical figures, and General Asshole. One of the reasons he's being portrayed as such an asshole is because the historical figure he's based on was incredibly unpopular and was overthrown by forces that ended up putting this guy in charge. And then this guy is the brother of this guy, as they portrayed, but he got killed by agents of this guy, which is part of what led to them fighting each other. But this guy, who we've been told nothing but good things about, is going to ultimately come out of all this as the new emperor once they usurp Wang Mang, who is himself a usurper. Now, this isn't where the game begins, is it? Is this the beginning area where we were running around as a little kid with the little kid version of Chu Hong, getting her kite stuck in a tree, and then we came here? Or is it just a Chinese courtyard? I'm wondering if this is actually the same place. That would be kind of neat. Look out for our forces. Understood. The moral shall be our first priority. Hey, did any of you guys know that many years ago a little kid was walking through this area and ended up being chased out by people who murdered his parents? Interesting story, huh? Alright, well, we don't really have anything for it to talk to this guy. Oh, there's treasure boxes over here, but they are decorative. Hey, who told you you could call me that? It's the Elysium School. We don't want it anymore. So is that a writing of their plan to use the mana cannon to destroy everyone? So you're gonna make us do it? Would 3 be enough? Because if so, we'll make you do it. I'm not volunteering. I'm telling you, you need to get people to do this. Once you didn't help that much, I mean... I think they'll be really inspired by your clockwork sister and a girl who used to be a part of the evil army. Rally with the army. And we got a little bit more. Hold on. He's about to fly through the ceiling. Yep. That animation. It's really cute, but it's being used way too much. Alright, so Liu Ju. Turn to Yu Sui. General Wu should never mention the incident Chopin he had promised to General Zhang Gong by the looks of it, but failed to persuade him. If he had, perhaps there wouldn't have been so many casualties.
We met General Wen Shu again during the siege of Konyang after heading our separate ways at the Xinghe Pass. He even seemed worried about the situation there, but he was relieved to see us. Wen Shu motivated his soldiers differently than General Bosheng. While Bosheng has a natural charisma, Wen Shu inspired his men with honesty and sincerity. They know that they can trust him, unlike his brother, General Bosheng, who had natural charisma but was a huge liar. With him leading the Lulan army, I was confident we could breach the siege.
Does this mean, he's still alive then? I thought maybe he was dead at this point in the narrative. Okay, so we'll probably see some resolution on this storyline. Although it's a lot of that was done in side quests. That's where I was wondering if they were going to leave some of that stuff out. Silk camphor wood jadeite. What is it that I actually need to make the wampet that I don't have yet? Cypress wood. It is cypress wood that I need. Now, some of the other characters, they could have their stuff leveled up farther. A couple of things. Maybe I should be doing that, actually. Alright, hold on a second. Steel, cypress wood, patent leather. Okay. Steel and cypress wood I need to be careful about using. This stuff I can use, though. Patent leather. I need to leave at least 2. I need a lot of cypress wood. And I need more steel, but apparently I had not been keeping this stuff upgraded at all, which isn't that shocking. Okay, so I'm going to need let's see, I need 4, 5, 6 total steel. I have 3. I need 3 more steel and just a lot of camphor wood. And it looks like assuming that, well, cypress wood, sorry, not camphor wood, cypress wood. She needs camphor wood too. I haven't found a shop here. Though it seems like I should be able to find camphor wood at a shop. So I need more steel and I need more camphor wood, which I can buy. Cypress wood I'm supposed to be able to buy, and I'm not finding it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it a video. This video has been pretty chatty, and I haven't seen a whole lot of action. But I want to really, I thought I was going to come across a place to buy that wood as I advance forward. Or, yeah, that's that particular wood as I advance forward. And now it does not appear that it is happening. So if I can throw down a save between videos, I just walked right by it. Between videos, I will double check, because I believe we've hit the point now where I don't think I've got the best accessories for my companions per se, but I've got, if I can just find a store to buy that wood, we can have the best possible weapons as we go into the end game. And after that, at some point, presumably, I'm going to at least make a cursory attempt at the DLC. I haven't really decided. I've got this in Neo 2 with its third and final DLC winding down around the same time. So I'm already thinking ahead to what I'm going to do after those games are done. And I feel like both of those series, 2 uploads a week, it took too long to get through the games. I don't know why I'm thinking about this and talking about it in the middle of a video, but I might replace both of them with the same game or not. I haven't quite decided, but I want to wrap this up. So let's try to figure out how to get the best possible items to take into the end game and close this thing up. Because I've been enjoying this game, but yeah, we're at the point where I think it's we need to be thinking about winding it down. Catch you guys next time.